Hi, I'm Dr. Ron Johnson.
And I'm Dr. Kevin Baird, and we're both from the Indiana Pastors Alliance, and we're just wanting to say thank you to all of the ground troops in Indiana that helped kill SB 344, the SOGI legislation, which would require Christian people to hide their faith in businesses. We appreciate all that you've done.
And we also want to thank Governor Pence for his courageous stand during the State of the State address, in which he made it very clear that he would sign no piece of legislation that led to the further erosion of our religious liberties. We also want to thank the courageous senators who in caucus spoke out very loudly and clearly against perhaps a well-meaning but poorly written bad piece of legislation and saw Senate Bill 344 stopped. So we want to thank you all for your courageous leadership.
So in spite of the encouraging atmosphere we're in with this great win concerning this legislation, we still have a problem in Indiana. Some of our GOP leadership, Representative Bosma and Senator Long, are saying that this legislation will find its way back again, and they're using the term inevitable.
Inevitable. This was like deja vu from the last session where we were basically promised that this fight is not going away. And so let's tell you what inevitable means, folks. It means that our leadership is basically saying special rights for LGBT folks is going to be part of our Constitution. And that means your ability to share your faith in your business, to live out your Christian faith, is going to be criminalized. You're going to find yourself under the strong arm of government. You're going to find the door wide open again to claims of discrimination, lawsuits, being called a bigot, being called a hater, for simply trying to live out your Christian faith at work. It's inevitable.
Connect the dots. Despite this massive outpouring of what we were told was a done deal, because of you, this legislation was killed. It was dead on arrival. But now the GOP leadership is using the term inevitable. It's going to be inevitable that you're going to have to just do your faith inside the four walls of your church. It's inevitable that you're going to get used to men walking into women's restrooms.
The thought that we were trying to introduce the T part of this bill, the transgender part of this bill, now it's inevitable, folks. All this is coming down, which shows us clearly that our leadership is absolutely out of touch with what it means to be a Republican in this state.
They just don't understand, and they think that we are the problem. Well, Ron, I'm here to say there may be a few inevitabilities they haven't thought of.
What are some of those, Kevin?
Well, it will be inevitable that you will see us back in Indianapolis at the State House with thousands of people saying one more time, we don't want SOGI legislation.
It's going to be inevitable that your voicemail and your emails are going to be filled with folks like us and thousands of other Hoosiers who are saying, you know what, we've had enough of this craziness.
It's going to be inevitable that you will lose our support, and you're not going to get the ground troops out voting for you.
And it's going to be inevitable that we're going to work really, really hard to make sure that if you still don't get it, you still think we're the extremist, you still are not listening, that we're going to do our very, very best to see you primaried and removed from office. That's inevitable.
So what we're going to do is, from this moment on, we're just putting the pedal to the floor. We're going to continue to talk about religious liberty in the state of Indiana. You decided that it wasn't going away, so we're not going away. You'll find that we're going to be relentless with you in reminding you that we believe a Christian can function according to their faith 24/7, because we don't leave our faith at the doorsteps of our churches.
And so while we're very excited about this victory, and we should be celebrating because it was a great victory, we're encouraging all of you to stay vigilant, because the price of freedom is eternal vigilance.
Exactly. Don't put away your signs. Don't put away your t-shirts. They're going to have to come out probably in the legislative season 2017. But when we show up, Ron, we win.
Amen.